That was truly an amazing takeover. Takeover in your house, to be specific. And they really, really try to hit you in the nostalgia, with the whole thing of promotional consideration paid for by the following. The voice, whoever did it, he was paying homage to Lord Alfred Hayes. And then you see superstar ice cream bars with superstars eating them in a promo style. You saw Shotzi Blackheart, Tegan Knox, amongst others, and Ico Pro with Adam Cole. And then Gargano in his house for some reason, not his house, but leaving the back area there. And then you see a picture of Doc Hendricks, who is P.S. Michael Hayes, Freebird Michael Hayes. That was his character when he was in WWE. For some reason, when he was a commentator, they called him Doc Hendricks. Go figure. But they did that, and then later on, they had Todd Pettingill's hawking merchandise, the NXT merchandise. A guy who was one hell of a hack when it comes to a radio personality. That's where he went after he left WWE. And you ever listen to him? Oh boy, you talk about cringe. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about NXT Takeover in your house. And it had the classic, iconic now stage set. And the first match was the 6 women tag team match. And it was a pretty basic one. Everybody got their shots, their offense in. They were able to pull off their moves. And with Mia Yim and Candice LeRae, who are actually the focal point of this whole thing, they end up going to the back, brawling. And in the ring, we end up seeing Tegan Knox hit Dakota Kai with the shiniest of wizards, and she gets the pinfall. And so Tegan Knox, Shotzi Blackheart, and Mia Yim, they win over the Poison Pixies team of Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez, and the Poison Pixie herself, Candice LeRae. Now, the next match was Finn Balor versus Damian Priest, and we know the history between the two. Finn Balor got attacked from behind backstage and was laid out. Turns out it's Damian Priest. He challenges Finn Balor, and they end up having one hell of a match. Very physical. For a guy that's as big as Damian Priest is, he's tall, 6'8", something like that. And the guy can move real good. He's a master of martial arts. He was pretty much getting them spinning wheel kicks in there. And pretty impressive. Nailing Balor in the face, each time. Really accurate. But in the end, we see Finn Balor actually hit a coup de grace on him not once but twice on Damian Priest, and he ends up getting the victory. So is this the end of this feud, or is it kind of like adding fuel to the fire? They're going to have another match. They're going to have a 50-50 showing and then a rubber match after that. Who knows? NXT isn't known for dragging stuff out, but they might do with this. This thing just got started, so we'll see what happens now. One thing more to add is about Finn Balor is that this victory he had over Damian Priest, it sets the wins record at TakeOver at 11. So he's got the most victories, not the most matches, but he got the most victories at 11. It's pretty impressive. Finn Balor coming back to NXT, and he's picking up where he left off. Now, the North American title, for some reason it didn't wow me. It didn't do for me like I thought it would, because we have Johnny Gargano, we have Keith Lee. Is it because to me they don't gel well? They don't complement each other in the ring? To me it just didn't get me, but I'm not saying it was a bad match. But we see Johnny Gargano really showing why he is a black heart. He's what's that? The heart and black soul, dark soul of NXT. He's using a lot of underhanded tactics. He's working on Keith Lee's injured hand, his fingers, digits, manipulating them. And he was going to the old trusty key. And there was a moment where he dug under his trunks, and not only is he going to, hurt his eye, but he's going to give him, pink eye. Like, you're going to have it down in your trunks, getting all sweaty. Man, like, you know what I mean? But we know the tricks. You know what they do. You don't actually stick it in your eye, but that's, the trickery of, of wrestling and the tricks that they have. They make it look like it's doing it, but hey, it's part of the storyline. And that little sucker doing that just to try to get the victory, which he never did, as Keith Lee hits a spirit bomb in the end, and he ends up one of the spirit bomb is his power bomb, and then he nails him with his finisher, and it becomes but he retains his NXT North American Championship. Will this one go on? Talking about Damian Priest and Finn Balor, will their rivalry go on? Will this rivalry go on? Because Keith Lee, he pretty much pinned Johnny Gargano, so maybe they can keep it going because Gargano is pissed now, and he wants even more to become the North American champion and maybe even take an eye out. Not just poke the eye with a key, but yank that eye out of Keith Lee. We saw Mia Yim get into it because Mia Yim pretty much was going to make sure that Candice LeRae wasn't going to interfere in this match. And she actually came up behind her, and they started brawling. He got into the ring for a whole bit, went out of the ring, went backstage, and all hell, it was just all craziness all over this match, And like I said before, I would hope that this rivalry continues because it's very interesting. But like I said, the match, for some reason, the North American Championship match really didn't wow me. It wasn't like the matches that he's had before, Keith Lee, and even what matches that Johnny Gargano. So they need to kind of do something to set a spark to this match. It wasn't a bad match, like I said, but it didn't wow me. Not in the least. Now, looking at the backlot brawl for the NXT Championship. This is a match that looked like it was filmed cinematic style. And it actually maybe flashed back to the last time you had a match like this, or last time I could remember, is Eddie Guerrero versus John Cena. They had one back in the day, and you even had something similar to that. It was with Roddy Piper and Goldust. But I don't know if that was a backlot brawl, but it kind of felt like it was something like this. But I know the whole thing with the cars surrounding, that's reminds me of Eddie Guerrero and Cena. And we see the Velveteen Dream arrive, and he's giving off Negan vibes. He has the leather jacket, jeans, bat. No barbed wire wrapped around it, but he gave off that vibe. And then Adam Cole came in a monster truck, or one of those huge trucks, and of course this match went all over the place, because pretty much that's what a backlot brawl is. Get smashed into vehicles, trash cans, and all these spots that we normally, we always see with these type of matches. And it's like, you always think about how when these guys do these matches, it's like you always think, at least I do. I think that how much time have they taken off of their careers? Very, very physical, using everything that they could. The referee saying that earlier that the match can go anywhere, but it's gonna end in the ring. And we see, Velveteen Dream. He hits the Dream Valley Driver. He goes for the elbow. Adam Cole's on the chairs. He goes for the pin. I'm thinking, okay, he's got the win. Doesn't get it. And then we see Adam Cole set up Velveteen Dream, and he hits the Panama Sunrise. and he retains the NXT Championship, and he is now at 372 days and counting in his reign as the champ. There was one part where he was like sitting, he set the chair up, and I thought he was going to do something to Velveteen Dream. He just sat there. I don't know, maybe he was just doing it because he needed to rest, and that's how he took the. And that's when he took the, the Dream, what do you call that? Purple Rainmaker elbow drop. I was thinking, was that set up and not part of it, or I don't know what it was. It just looked odd. That spot right there looked odd. I don't know what's going on there, but like I said, in the end, Adam Cole retains the title. So he continues to reign as champ, and Velveteen Dream can't have another title shot as long as Adam Cole is the champion. So Dream over, as Mauro Ranallo says. And speaking of Mauro Ranallo sayings, Mauro Ranallo needs to stop, with the whole Mamma Mia's. Jesus already, like you can't keep saying Mamma Mia every. Isn't it like in NXT takeovers and even NXT, he would only say it once in a while, maybe once every program, when I really because that's how it used to be. One really major, what the F moment, oh my God moment, and then he would yell it out. He'd get out of his chair and yell Mamma Mia. There are times here, because I think he said it about 3 times. And when he would say it, he would be like, Mamma Mia! Like he would say it because he's like, I gotta get it in. Because Vince back there was yelling in my headphones, say Mamma Mia, say your trademark line, your branded line, whatever. Like he wanted to get it in. Like he didn't say it naturally. Just like you could tell by the tone of his voice, he was just trying to get it in. I'm gonna pick a move or something. Okay, here, I'll say it right here. It's like it should be something natural, organic, like something that happens. And it's not hard for some major move being pulled off that will cause you to go Mamma Mia. Like I don't get it. Like Mauro, you need to kind of limit that, because that's your trademark, and it shouldn't happen only once a thing. Once a takeover makes it special. But then again, does WWE, NXT, or any of these places ever keep anything special? They always want to overuse it. That's how it is. But enough of that. I'm gonna go over to Karrion Kross versus Tommaso Ciampa. And Tommaso Ciampa, as much as he gave to Karrion Kross, this was Karrion Kross's moment. His first takeover, his debut when it comes to takeover, and he was not going to lose. Tommaso Ciampa, I have an issue with this, and I have a problem with this, how these guys take so many knees to the head. Now, are they actually hitting them? Maybe not with 100%, because you can easily damage somebody that way. But cumulatively, over a period of time, you keep taking those, you're gonna scramble something in your brains. You know what I mean? And Karrion Kross was pretty much taking them, like 2, 3, maybe 4, and even that wasn't enough. He even got hit with a DDT, while he was straddled on the second rope. He still kicked out. And then he's able to get Tommaso Ciampa, Karrion Kross able to get Tommaso Ciampa in a cross jacket. And Tommaso Ciampa, I think this is the way that they pretty much book these matches. If somebody is going to lose to a submission, they want to keep them strong. They have them pass out, and that's what Tommaso Ciampa did. He passed out. He didn't submit, but he passed out, and Karrion Kross picks up a victory. We see him and Scarlett stand tall in the ring, and Karrion Kross not only is undefeated in NXT, but he wins his first takeover, maybe one of many. So where is this rivalry going to go? Is this over? It's like with the whole thing with, Keith Lee and Johnny Gargano, and you just think in Balor and Priest, you think that are their rivalries done now, or are they going to keep going? Where does Karrion Kross go from here? You think to yourself, where is he going to go from here? Is he going to continue to feud with Tommaso Ciampa? Now, let's go to the main event, and that is the NXT Women's Title match between Io Shirai, Rhea Ripley, and the champion Charlotte Flair. There's a little bit of trivia, a little bit of fact that's mentioned by Mauro Ranallo. Io Shirai, 4 title matches. 8 for Rhea Ripley. 8. 66 for Charlotte. Do you see the big discrepancy there? I wonder why she's a 12-time champion. She's given so many opportunities and chances for at title matches. And then you only got a total of 12. That's not even 8, 16, 21, 32, 40, 48, 56, 63. That's not even like 25% of the chances she's gotten, Charlotte. Like, that's the reason why. I received a tweet from a loyal, follower of mine on Twitter and a subscriber on my YouTube channel. And she sends me a thing saying that Charlotte is going to go for the men's title. Gee, that doesn't surprise me. Because here's the thing, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again in past videos. Her whole existence in WWE is based on championships. She is nothing without a championship. She can't go into a regular feud. It has to be for a title. When's the last time she had a non-title rivalry? But nothing's there's nothing, when it comes to a championship, it's not in the mix. It's just her and her opponent. It's her and her vengeance against an opponent, someone who betrayed her, or they used to be friends, blah blah blah, or she wants to choose this person because it's someone that she wants to face, kind of a thing. No, it's always a championship. It's always a title. Now she's going to go after a man's title, if that's the truth. But sometimes you got to take a lot of this stuff with a grain of salt. But this individual that sent me this, the whole thing, she sent me the thing about Matt Riddle. It came true. Matt Riddle's now on the SmackDown. And the thing about Charlotte is the fact that, she just, this is it. This is her cup of tea. So she's not going to probably go after a women's title, because why would she? It's going to get boring. Maybe she should go after the tag team titles and then get that Grand Slam title, that Grand Slam accolade, Triple Crown accolade. You know what I mean? Win all the championships. That's the only title she hasn't won. Tag team titles. Why not go for those? And don't use, Charlotte. Don't use, she can't use Becky because she's on maternity leave. But don't go like with any of the other people. You know what I mean? Have somebody who. How about Chelsea Green? She brings Chelsea Green over. Sasha and Bayley are the champs. They can go to the thing. Maybe that's what's going to happen. They're going to go to NXT, and then Charlotte has Chelsea in her corner, and they're a tag team, and then they take them on it, and they're definitely sure that she's going to win the championship. Because God forbid if Charlotte's going to lose a title match. It's not like she hasn't lost any, because if she hadn't, she'd be a 66-time champion. It's such a discrepancy, big time. I bet you anything, all of the women who have ever been in a title picture, they probably don't even still add up to her 66 shots at a title. But speaking of like the Mamma Mia, the one time that let's go back to this match. The one time that it actually warranted a Mamma Mia from Mauro Ranallo is when Io Shirai does a dive off of the "In Your House" sign. Got to be how high up? About 20 feet. And he says Mamma Mia, and it sounded organic, sounded natural. It didn't sound forced. There you go. That was the only time that ever when I saw a Mamma Mia moment right there. Right there. And this match was actually pretty damn good. It actually can go right up there with the other matches that, for this prestigious title, the women's title. Because I like what every one of these women, even Charlotte, brought to this match. They got their moves in, they got their offense in, a lot of high impact, a lot of dives to the outside, and a lot of dives to the inside. We even see Charlotte go for her. And this is another thing that pissed me off about Morrow. He needs to stop with the whole. Charlotte is known for her picture perfect moonsault. Picture perfect moonsault. No, as long as Io is in this match, no one does it better than Io. I was watching old, WWE's playlist of the greatest, moments from Lita's career. Do y'all remember how Lita used to do the moonsaults, right? She would be on the top rope and she would lean low and then dive off. It was almost like it gave her more of a spring to her moonsaults. Nobody ever does it like her. I think Io comes close. The style of the way they do the moonsaults. It's not like a high flipping moonsault. It's like a real stiff, real precise snap of a suplex and lands right on her opponent. Charlotte looked like she was going to nail it when she did this, but again, lands on her feet. And they need to really stop doing that. Morrow really needs to stop doing that because she does not deliver a picture perfect moonsault. It looks like her moonsaults are getting better, but picture perfect, and then you have a person who perfected the Asai moonsault. That is Io Shirai. That's her, her move, her finisher. So, what is he talking about? Seriously, what is Morrow talking about? But the way the match ended, Charlotte was able to hit Rhea Ripley with a spear, sets it up for a figure eight. She's about ready to lean back to make it the figure eight from the figure four, and then Io comes down with her moonsault. This right here was really cringy, not because she delivered it awfully, not because it didn't look good. When she landed right on Rhea Ripley's face, on her head. Every part of her body came down on her from the neck up. Maybe a little bit hit her on the collarbone area, and I'm just thinking, did she knock Rhea out? Rhea didn't look too good when she got the full brunt of it on her face and head area. And then in the end, what happens is Io pins Rhea Ripley and becomes the new NXT champion. I about jumped out my chair. I was yelling, yes! I was happy for her. Everybody on Twitter, everybody on message boards, all over wanted Io to win. This was her time. And I agree. You have Hikaru Shida in AEW. She's their women's champion. You have Asuka, who's the Raw women's champion. If only Kairi Sane could go after the SmackDown Women's Championship, and then Io Shirai, who's now the NXT Women's Champion. You got that fatal four right there, fatal four-way when it comes to probably the four top Japanese wrestlers, in the world. I mean, there's plenty of others I'm not aware of. I don't watch Stardom or any of the other promotions in Japan. I should, but in my world, these four are the best, and it would be great to see Kairi Sane be the SmackDown Women's Champion at the same time that her fellow Japanese female competitors are now champs. But they're totally wasting Kyrie. They want to injure her. I think they want her to retire early or be put out of action for a year. You're putting her against Nia Jax. I mean, that's another story for another day. I don't want to talk about her. But anyway, congratulations to Io Shirai, new NXT Women's Champion. Adam Cole still is the NXT champ. Keith Lee is still the North American champion. I pretty much went. What did I do? In my predictions. I mean, when I was watching this match. I went 4 for 6. Not bad. It's funny because I was watching this and I go, "What is the fifth match?" Because I know that the main event was going. This is during that Cole match, and then I know the women's match is coming up. I go, what is the fifth match? Because there's 6 matches, and then how could I forget the Karrion Kross and Tommaso Ciampa match? And I was thinking, well, how could I forget that? Sometimes it happens when I watch it. I'm like going, how the hell did I forget that? But overall, everything was good. Even the quickly, haphazardly put together six-women tag team match was good. Everything was good. All the matches great. I don't think there was one awful match. Everybody did their job. The crowd was great. The NXT trainees banging on the plexiglass. Just keeping that energy going, and it was really great to see. And I'm just looking out at the crowd, and I'm going, there's Xia Li and others, and I'm thinking they're on the other side looking and going, probably going, I wish that I was there. And they're going to be there one day. You'll see Shotzi Blackheart and Xia Li in main events. You'll see all these others that are there, and they'll have their time. Because the ones that the men and women they're seeing right now in the ring, they're not going to be there long. They're going to be in the main roster, hopefully making it better. Hopefully they'll be treated better in the main roster. But overall, like I said, it was a great show. I really enjoyed it. But anyway, that's my thoughts on NXT Takeover in Your House for 2020. June 7th to be exact. Very, very good pay-per-view. My hats off and my congratulations to everybody who performed for this show. It was really great. And like I said, the ones that are in the crowd, the NXT trainees, they'll be there soon. They already got some great talent coming out from that pool of trainees. So we'll be seeing them in these main events and seeing them battling for the NXT Championship and the Tag Team titles, the Women's Championship, the North American title. Being a grudge match like Tommaso Ciampa and Karrion Kross. But yeah, that's it. All in this video. And again, I appreciate you stopping by. And in closing, as always, take care. Please remember to subscribe, click like, and click the bell icon for all notifications on this channel.